and that's the right comparison in this case. So very well done. Our map though is ready, so let's see which map we're going to be playing on very quickly. We're going to get that up. 6 down Villa, banned by C9, to go for another Consulate. Guys, from you, just looking at this, quick score expectations.
I'm just impressed that Cafe is banned when Giants beat them last time. So I assume they have a trick up their sleeve, and I'll go 7-4 for Giants.
Funnily enough, despite Giants winning 7-4 last time, they said on Twitter that they were really uncomfortable and disappointed with how they performed on Cafe. So that might be a reason why they banned it. Consulate been a good map for both teams. They both won at 7-2 just last week. I actually want to go with Cloud9, partly because I like to be a bit edgy, but partly because I can totally see a world in which Charles goes off, Hysterics is shut down, and Giants just can't find their feet like they usually do.
Okay, let's see what people think about this game. We'll bring it up on the screen for you guys. Social media, always 78% for the Giants, 22% for C9. Unfortunate for the Korean team, but we'll see how they perform in the server. We saw that with game number 1, and look at that close game. Scars close to taking it at least to overtime. Let's kick it over to our casters. It's Jess and Hap, all yours.
Alrighty, welcome guys. I believe I'm unmuted. I hope Hap is unmuted for this one because that would be an absolute shame. Hey, there's my man. Let's go.
Alright, not this time.
Hap, go. Let's go. Well, we're back on Consulate yet again, and this time it is a whole different ballpark because we've got the #1 rated team outside of course, I think Cloud9 at the moment is contesting that here on Consulate. What do you think? Who's going to take this one?
It is going to be a tough one. Last time they struggled a lot versus Cloud9. It came down to a lot of these individual clutches in the end. That is something that Giants should not be taken into account right now. Just quickly want to confirm something though. Even if Cloud9 win, they might not be confirmed first place. There's currently 750 points between them. And if they swap positions, that would be reduced to 50 points. Now, there is still a way that they win this. It will depend on the other outcomes. If Q-Confirm managed to win, that would be enough to put Giants down, as Q-Confirm has a higher book holds tiebreaker. And then Cloud9 would indeed be taking that #1 spot. Or if any of the other matches go in favor of Cloud9. So it's still a lot of mathematical opportunities out there, possibilities that we have to keep in mind.
Well, Cloud9 decides to get rid of the Maverick as per usual, but this time a Pulse instead of the likes of Clash, Echo, or a Mirror. And this will leave Giants on the back foot. Do they get rid of the Mirror or do they get rid of the Echo? They ban the IQ, so if you leave an Echo or a Valkyrie in, you're going to struggle. They will get rid of one of those Intel operators, which is the Valkyrie, but that means that the Echo is still on the board. IQ ban's a bit of an important one to note there, because if you don't get rid of Valkyrie or you don't get rid of the Echo, then, well, there's no opportunity to spot them without drones or just pure eyesight, which can be very detrimental.
Be detrimental indeed. Is it going to be brought straight away by Giants though? Yes, it is. Not even being hovered over. I wouldn't just bring it straight away. Yes, there is no counter to it, but I would 6-pick it in. Just give them that false sense of security.
6 picks are free. I've said this time and time again since they introduced the system. If you do not 6-pick an operator almost every round, and then you can see Harper doing it from the Thatcher over to the Dokkaebi, then you're missing an opportunity to play even just the most minor of mind games.
Like, I would 6-pick on your flex, or like on one of these important telltale operators, because on very many sites, for example, let's take Clubhouse, as soon as you're going up to gym, like if you hear gym, what is the operator that comes to mind straight away?
Castle.
Yeah, like if you show that from the get-go, they know you're going to be there. They're going to be bringing an adaptation for it. Now, if you 6-pick it in, they might not have that. But you can also play the other way around. You pick the castle first to give them the ID you're going there, but then you're going in the garage at that point, in the basement, I believe. So like the 6-pick is just a free mind game.
Exactly.
Yeah, you bait them into thinking something.
Well, I like that shield placement there from Giants into connector. They've put a little bit of a mute jammer and an ADS to protect it as well. That shield there will give them an opportunity to at least some safety from the long angle from balcony all the way over to yellow and bathroom, and vice versa. But it looks like C9 hoping some of their fraggers like Sweet Black and Shell, although we've criticized, and I keep saying it almost every time C9 plays, Sweet Black has not been stepping up for his team as much as all the rest of the players, so hopefully he gets time to shine today because we know how much of a good player he is, and you can see the coach of Giants there. Playing Cloud9 next game means that when we take first seed for this stage going into the Rainbow Six APAC League mini major, hashtag we are Giants. If you guys want to get involved, get your tweet up, you can do a hashtag or tag the R6 APAC L, and there goes one air jab already. It's knocked someone back, and I believe that was Speakeasy.
No,
that's a bit of a waste of it.
It was picked up by the my disc that was outside on the balcony. So it got caught and it got detonated because of that. So like that's one of the air jabs no longer in play. You see how my can be a counter to it. Because often people just, you know, they toss it up there in the double windows just to prevent the jump out to come in. But one of those my discs can solve that quickly. It's Cloud9 pushing onto the attack right now, opening up the walls that are necessary to take this top floor control, but you have to keep in mind we're still playing lobby, and Giants just trying to stall out here.
Top floor hold is, as usual, for a lobby take, and there's no pulse on the board, so they can't really hold below, but they have 2 C4s below. So if they do try and plan default double doors of lobby, they'll be able to toss a C4 up throughout the cubby hatch, but Charles shuts down one of those C4s. Do they know that Jordan's down there as well, or do they think they're safe for this default plant now? Time will tell, but calls rain out and Envy knocks him out as I say it. Caster Curse incoming, 1 minute left, and Giants, they're being whittled away player by player. Poor Happy, you muted.
Yes, I don't even know how it happens sometimes. I think it's just my microphone having some issues.
Generally, you pick up really well from me, so I thought,
yeah, I was picking up. I was talking. I was saying, there's another kill to come in, and Cloud9 is definitely pushing through. But, you know, there's only 35 seconds left, so can't really repeat that. As the Gemini replicator will be caught on in that mute gemmer there. The plant going down in the meantime. Speakeasy has a response. It's only one of many to find a beautiful angle to be portrayed right there. Be able to take down Nova. The phone calls go off. Harper is aware of his position. It's going to be hysterics to pick up 1-1. Suddenly the 5-on-2 turns into a 2-on-2 situation. With 10 seconds left, they need to get that plan down now. It seems to be going towards the piano. No, it's not. It's Speakeasy to get the final 2 kills. Beautifully done. Goes prone after the first one. The call did not come through because the other player was still down. He could have called that one out. And gets the one with the hip fire into the legs. And Giants somehow still managed to win round number 1, even though that should have been Cloud9's.
In what universe does a 5v2 with the plant going down? I can understand, okay, the planter might die midway through a plant. They can't defend themselves. They're relying on teammates, no problems. But in what world do numbers dwindle down so heavily that a 5v2, you cannot know where the players are? Surely they're above because they're not on site. Because you're on site. If they were on site, you would know. How that goes down and you lose a round like that is very confusing to me. I think C9, something muddled up in their communications, something went wrong there, and they also just lost gunfights that they shouldn't have won. So a round firmly in the hands of Giants, something I think they thought they wouldn't even win. Now they'll move over to split side. They started off with lobby, one of the unfavorable bomb sites. Well, there we go. We've spoken about this before, is that there's some teams that don't like certain sides, which would be considered, I guess, default for almost all regions. And that's okay, because, I mean, I can get those stats up again, but I'm pretty sure top floor has the least defensive win rate.
Yeah, I believe... No, actually, does it? It could be. I mean, it's also the most played side for sure, right? So, like, teams are prepared on attacking that one. And Giants is just taking that
in APAC North, it's Garage. Number 1 has the biggest defensive win rate, and Lobby has the lowest, actually. There you go.
Giants won it nonetheless. And what I think they might be doing here is, because everybody plays it, everybody knows how to attack top floor, and they might just want to take away that little bit of certainty that Cloud9 has on this map, where they are feeling confident attacking the top floor, because it's not going to be useful, not going to be necessary, as there is no site going to be played there. Nova, it's dangerous if you take out the cam like that. There could be someone roaming. I don't know. Doesn't look like they had drones available in lobby. It's not too uncommon to see someone pro next to this circle desk to try and shoot people that walk past.
Well, Sweet Black will throw a Gemini through Yellow Stairs door, spot out anyone, and the importance of his Gemini is because he wants to see the setup. What are they throwing at us here? What do we need to deal with? Hysterics will be the guard of Yellow Stairs door and the window as well, but he'll rotate back. We saw the analyst point out that he had a bit of a rough game last game when they had their first loss of this stage. So we'll see if he can step up, bring what his team needs to win, but it doesn't matter.
Again.
Speakeasy, who clutched the last round, goes down as the first entry kill, and there's one of the yokai drones gone very quickly.
Yeah, very quickly, Lunar losing one off his 2 yokais that can be used to either gather information or to try and deny the plant. Now, for the first 2 minutes and 30 seconds, it is mainly to gather information. As you see Lunar right here, he's following Ysera around with that yokai, trying to find out where these attackers are, trying to find out where the attack is coming from, to try and guide and direct his teammates to that same position. In these last 30 seconds, that's when they come into play as actual denial. The one taken out. 70 seconds left. Cloud9, they have the advantage again, Jess.
Yeah, absolutely. They've got all the control they need, especially top floor for this kind of take. They've got that in their hands very comfortably. I know Ysera's trying to flank, but that'll be denied very easily. All flank holds being held here by C9. This is what you like to see from a team of this caliber. And now, with about 45 seconds left on the clock, they're going to open up the admin hatch. This should give them full line of sight from anyone rotating up to stop the plant. It'll rely on C4s and yokai drones now, and Jordan's in a bad position here.
He definitely is, as Hysterics picks up the first one. Lunar wants to stay aggressive onto the Visa stairs, but he's being taken out by Shao, who's now trying to find himself an angle onto Jordan, who's playing inside. C4 will be ripped through. There he comes. It lands right on them, and it's going to be exploding right in time. I was going to say, it's taking way too long, but he finds himself in a 1-on-2 situation now. Nova is going down for the plant, and V Taylor is coming all the way around into these service stairs. Be catching each other off guard right here, but plant gone down. Oh, he spots him just walking inside. He knows where one of the players are. He knows the other one just planted, so they should be aware of both these positions, but he's going to get wallbanged. It's Cloud9 to win the round, as they will win split. Jordan not able to move in time, and again, 2 early entries for Cloud9, taking out the yokai as well. A lot of utilities just gone at that point.
A really good decision there from the support player of C9 to say, look, we don't really have Teller's control the way we wanted to, so what I'm going to do is rotate all the way down to Archives, get the plant off, and hopefully my teammate can cut the rotate whichever way they might come. Had the player have come down Visa sooner and down the Visa hallway, down Archives hallway, maybe he could have denied the plant given the position of the Nomad of MV Taylor, but overall I think that was a good push there from C9. They had top floor control, they cut rotates appropriately. I think Hysterics getting one of those flank kills on Vigil might have cost them a lot of that round, but good recover there. Now we'll move on to the downstairs site, which, as we said before, has the highest win rate on defense in APAC North currently. And I think Maestro has a lot to do with that as well, especially with the placement of certain Evil Eyes.
Just look at this though, we have these Evil Eyes, of course. One will be next to the white fan at the floor. We'll be able to put up some damage as soon as they open up. Just zap out those feet, soften them up a little bit for the rest of your teammates to finish up right after. And then the other one most likely will be used to zap some of these drones out as they start flooding in. But we also have these 2 yokais available to you. And there's also the mute that's there to try and stop the drone information from the attackers to come in. So there's a lot of information, but also information denial onto Giants right now, which is something to keep in mind. It's super important for this setup here.
Yeah, I mean, if you've got so much to deny the garage push, and especially the garage plan and execute, then the big thing here for C9 is they have 2 options here. Either they push hard and fast into the back, you know, go Archives, go push down that way and pressure onto a side which doesn't have a lot of utility, or they're really quick with their execute and clear here from top down, and once they get garage open, they're able to bait everything out, shoot it all, and I guess clear it all before time essentially runs out on them.
Ysera is really lucky to stay alive here, and you might not have spotted it, but they had a drone on him. They spotted his feet on the top of Visa stairs, and Sweet Black was ready to respond to it. It was just that players weren't ready yet inside of Visa to cut him down as he rotated down. They could have already been the Maestro loss. Now, keep that in mind, that would have been a huge blow to Giants if that was the case. I'm not sure what he was even doing upstairs. Like, What would have been
Good
so
question.
important for him to risk his life?
Maybe trying to collect some drones early on, you know what I mean? I mean, you see a lot of players do that as a way to stall out their roam clear if teams are known for doing a top-down take. If you get rid of some of those drones and then they run out of that intel, it can be really crippling for teams. And that's what we're seeing now. A whole half of the round devoted to droning the top floor down, pushing down. It's wasting a lot of time. This could be to the huge detriment of C9, who hasn't dealt with a lot of those plant denial and execute denials on the site yet.
It's also saving them a lot of time because they don't have to be there face checking everything as the pre-fire comes through, but will not be able to hit any single one of the hit points that I believe it's Speakeasy has on him. He'll be able to take out one drone and know exactly where he is, but of course the hatch is opened up. No, it's reinforced. He's playing there on a suicide mission. He's going to get the down onto Sweet Black, and that means they need to push him soon because otherwise it's going to be Sweet Black that gets confirmed and gets killed. They need to get rid of Speakeasy. Not that they can do much with that hatch. There we go. There we go. We're dead. Shao gets that kill. Sweet Black will be recovered. And in these last 50 seconds, they have the entry, but they do not have the control necessary.
Yeah, the garage wall's only now going to get opened up from Nova. But they've got everything they need to deny this. Surely this doesn't fall to the hands of C9. Given this setup, Nova will open panel 3. And that's the only one he'll need to be able to deny the plant. But look at this, 2 Evil Eyes, a Yokai in place, and an Elder with 81 bullets aiming down side. Smoke Babes as well. This is absolutely crippling for Cloud9. You hear an air jab go off, but I don't think anyone's able to collect those players. As a result, running in and flooding the site is the choice. They've got to win their gunfights here. Diffuser goes down, 3v3, 10 seconds left. The Elder surely does the job here. Even an Evil Eye zooming up to make sure that no one's planting. Spots out the last player. And Hysterics will dispatch of Charl. And, whoo, this is what I said. If you take too long, you won't be able to get the plant down. You have to deal with 3 different types of plant denial plus bullets raining down on you. Giants very dominantly take that round.
Very dominantly indeed. This is maybe... people might hate it, but this was the best round that Giants played and the worst one that Cloud9 played for these last 3 rounds. Because Cloud9 have been able to get the advantage time and time again, and they failed to do that here due to the suicide mission of the mute playing up in the bathroom right there. It wasted so much time, and they were just not able to get that kill, and they should have just swung him from 2 or 3 different angles at the same time. He cannot kill you all at that point. It would have saved you about 30-40 seconds. Now you lost anybody anyway. So it costed a lot of time for Cloud9 there, that bottom floor. We're going back to lobby press though. This Giants will be trying to hold on to that one this time to make sure there is not going to be 2 kills going into the favor of Cloud9 from the get-go.
We get to watch this angle back, which, you know, it's very surprising to me. It seems to be the new meta default hold is to not reinforce that 3rd panel of the bathroom wall when you're doing a bathroom hold. And I think that is one of the walls that you should most close because of that angle all the way over from Yellow Stairs. It's almost a free one if someone gets control of Yellow Stairs. That top right there, exactly what I mean. And all the way onto the angle onto bathroom. Yes, you can tuck yourself in the left-hand side cubicle. But for the most part, I think there's certain reinforcements you could move there and therefore keep the bathroom player more safe. And you can see the Mozzie reinforcing the other side now as well. There's different iterations of it. None's wrong, none's right per se. It all depends on how the attackers push on in.
Every defense is penetrable. It will never be completely perfect. There's just one gunshot going the wrong way. And it just might end up into a big gap suddenly showing up. And the attackers might be able to use that. But we're back in lobby press. Gemini replicator going in. We'll be able to get some of the information out. Using...
What?
I thought it was a Gem...
Did he cancel it at the last moment?
I think he cancelled it at the last moment. Wow.
I just got debated by a fake Gemini.
Since when does he What is this? I did not see that. All right. I was so confused. I was like, it's a Gemini. They're not supposed to shoot. What happened? Is this a buff and Yana that we don't know about? But no, it was. He cancelled it. Don't worry. We got baited. Got baited by Sweet Black. And Cloud9 continue to clear everything out.
Oh.
But a jump out. Double jump out.
Where's that air jab? I can hear it, but it didn't go off.
I think they might have jumped out with 2. I think that's maybe why Jordan is dead.
It was still there.
Jordan. No, look. No, Jordan jumped out. Oh, yes, it is, but
It's still there.
Is
Hello,
it misplaced? Is
Hello?
it misplaced? Is this misplaced, Jess? I think it might be misplaced, and that the
No,
because
that
it's-
radius absolutely reaches. I know what an air. I play Nomad so much. That should not have happened.
Time for a wake-up call.
What? Alrighty then.
They went for a double jump out anyway, so even if the air jump went off, it wouldn't have been the kill to come through. Is Sweet Black able to get the kill into Lunar? Bringing it back. 3 on 3, yet again. 60 seconds left. There we go, Gemini. Not cancelled this time, so if it starts shooting, then something is really wrong. Actually sees that yokai there, so going to be able to act upon that information. No more information coming in, though, for the likes of Cloud9.
This is great for Envy. He had a drone in pocket, allowed him to deal with it effectively and get as much intel as he needed. Knows lobby's clear, knows antechambers clear. Very aware that there is a lot of vertical control, but the diffuser's in the bad place. That means Ysera and Speakeasy get a couple of kills, and it's all up to Envy Taylor. He'll flash out yellow and hope to get a little bit of an entry onto Piano, but there's gunshots from left, right, and center. Hysterics from behind will get a kill, and I'm still breathless about the air jab. Like, for me,
what I think...
I know there was a double jump out. I get it, right? But that was not activated onto the player.
No. Like,
And
the thing,
with that
yeah.
kind of sound denial, like, if you hear an air jab go off, especially when a body gets launched from the air jab, you guaranteed that, like, 3 attackers are going to look in that direction. But if it doesn't go off, then you feel safe, yes?
I get that, yeah, no, I agree with you. It should have gone off. And it might have not been the double kill for Speakeasy in that point. I'm just thinking, was it maybe the ledge that's blocking out the line of sight with the extra
Yeah,
attacker?
I see what you mean. The little arch on the top of
Because
the
it was
window.
played like it was placed on top of it, right? So it was aiming to the sky instead of like
Towards the window.
it was,
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, it's not like okay, so like it's this cone, right? If you see that light of the air jab, like you draw that circle around there, and that is the range. But if it's like tilted into some extent, you can crawl underneath it, or in this case, jump out underneath it, because it's tilted.
Maybe.
So it was just shot in a bit. We can test this later on. We're gonna test this at some point. See if that was actually the case. I think it was tilted, and because of that, the range did not actually portray properly.
Well, doesn't really matter now because Cloud9 were not able to take that round either way. Whether or not it was to the air jab or not, I don't think so. Time management being an issue for Cloud9 throughout these multiple attack rounds. But a couple of more chances to prove me wrong yet. But for Giants, I think they've found their stride for the most part, but not looking the confident Giants we saw in the first half of the stage, or the first phase of this stage. Very interesting that we probably won't see a top floor defense. I mean, I know you've said it before, they don't defend top floor, they don't like it, but it's a little bit of an interesting fact there.
There it is. There is the repel. Going to go for a bit of a pre-fire hysterics. Shell just trying to bait it out. Here comes the stuns. I'll be able to go right after it. It's going to be blocking a bit of his line of sight. He has to run out. Indeed, will do so just in time. That's not wallbangable. Shell. There's Nova, however, will be able to get the first kill. Hysterics shut down. Something that happened a lot during the Xavier game. He wasn't able to do anything of his usual tricks. He get bullied constantly with that jump out with the shotgun and every single bit of it. Yes, here we go. Double jump out again. Just in case there's an air jab. This is what I mean. One jumps out. The other one goes right afterwards. But it's going to be the crossfire held. Sweet Black inside the office. Able to get Speakeasy anyway. Sarah caught a bit off guard right there. But he manages to slip away with his life. 1 minute 50. That's also a way to make the air jab work. Just to get the information and hold the angle.
Look, the double jump out is one of those sort of flawless ways of dealing with an air jab that might be either on a flank or like that. You can lay down as well and get a free shot onto it. And Envy, hello?
Okay.
Air jab didn't matter?
Air jab did not matter. And also the spot didn't seem to matter.
I think Envy was either on a drone or focused on something else there, so we can't really, throw too much at him there, but it is a 3v4, and C9 have the man advantage here. Giants are trying to even it up by being quite aggressive with these jump outs, dealing with these air jabs early on, and by dealing with them early on, should they get an execute off, then no one would be safe upstairs, but what timing on that hatch as well.
It's definitely not the right timing as Ysera now gets down, and the progress they made to try and get it back into equal numbers now has been lost again. We're in an effective 2-on-4 situation. Goals go off. Giants, their positions are known. They are downstairs. Luna and Jordan playing with the shotgun and the Alda, hoping to put some damage into Nova. Look at how low on HP he is. Nova just a single pellet of that. Oh, that's a C4 to actually come in right before Jordan gets taken out. It doesn't seem to be mattering anyway, though. Sweet Black going right onto that defuse. The phone rings. They know exactly where he is, and the pre-fire comes in. Harper able to get that final kill in. Cloud9 able to win round number 5. And that's just one round away right now from Giants to try and tie things up for that second half.
Much better attacking round there. They knew that they need to get the execute down, even though there was a lot of vertical holes, as you would expect for tellers coming from below. They trusted in their teammates that they would cover them by either pushing below or holding them. Once the C4 had gone off, undeniably, of course, getting the planter, then someone replaced him and continued it. That's what you expect of tier 1 players, is that they know that the number 1 priority in that execute is to get the plant down, and then second to that, to be able to, cover all the rotates back. I mean, what would we say the statistic was? You're 70 to 80% more likely to win a round if you get the plant down and if you get the opening kill. So for C9, that round was looking very comfortable, very confident.
Definitely looked like a strong round there. You got a bit of an opening to be created. Not sure as of why. Surely it's not for tricking. So Maverick is bad. So it might have just been for the funsies. I don't see a reason. I mean, I don't see a reason why they would open up that wall.
Do you think teams just come into tier 1 games and like, hey, for funsies, we should do this?
I mean, we often see Na'Vi players draw a little sad or happy face onto the wall, I mean, that's kind of cute, though. Yeah, no, but maybe just shut it open just for the funsies. I don't know. Why would he else? What would be the reason, Jess, to open that up if you're not actively tricking? If there's no Maverick available on the board.
Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Yeah. Why I open the garage wall before I reinforce it is that if there's any drones waiting out there, free drone and sound.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. He didn't get a drone though, so I'm not going to be proving that one.
Doesn't really matter here because, well, Cloud9, they want to get this comeback here on the first half of this particular matchup. Round 6 means that Cloud9 can even the score on the last round of their attack. But for Giants, given the way that they're looking more and more confident each round, although last round didn't go the way they were hoping for, I think both teams now have hit their stride. I can see how confidently C9 is moving in. Pre-placed drones, meaning they're able to enter the building much more swiftly. We've criticized them on their time management before, so those pre-placed drones show me that they're trying to work on those mid-round adaptations quicker.
Cloud9 is definitely improving over the season as well. It's basically no one expected them to be in the position where they're in right now to try and contest for first place. But nonetheless, they are, and it's not, they didn't get it gifted. They are definitely improving themselves, and that is what is important here. And Shao trying to make some quick movement, going into the anti-chambers soon. First punch hole or an extra angle. Not too fan of punch holes all the time, but Sweet Black he's just jumping out, opening up these windows, trying to create extra lines of sight. It seems like they really want to deal with the player that is inside of the bathroom. Here comes the grenade. That's a beautiful angle. Is this gonna work? Yes, of course it is. No, it just got stuck in between, unfortunately. But the second one will definitely hit. No, oh, there we go. Okay, it did hit. I was going to say, no, it did not, but it's a C4 that was being tossed back from Speakeasy. Sweet Black able to get the kill like that, and that is a beautiful angle, Jess.
That was beautiful. I love that. I mean, if you want to get a grenade into a tight area like that, you don't have to go above. You don't have to try and waste 30 to 40 seconds getting it in place. You can just do that from Bench's window. Really well done from C9, and those panels 3 and 1 will get opened. What a good impact trick! Through the drone hole comes zooming and impact, and that's going to deny the second and last exothermic there. Oh, only one panel gets opened up, and considering the plant denial they've got for this is bad.
Definitely will not be favoring Cloud9. At least they have that one entry to work with. However, Ysera now able to play relatively freely inside, as he is going to be able to deal with the player onto yellow stairs. That's going to be helping him so much. Sweetblack, however, trying to get an angle out, spotting out the feed, will be able to get that kill. That's the Maestro removed. Asterix, however, responding onto the players of Cloud9. Looking to pick up one as well. They need to go for these kills now. There's going to be spots coming out from the Maestro cameras. It's only up to Sweetblack at this moment in time, but he will be taken out by Jordan as well. Right beside the white van, able to pick up 2 kills, chain them up quickly through the smoke canisters he tossed in earlier himself, blocking a bit of the line of sight of the attackers. He, of course, knew exactly where they were.
What a poor utilization of those vertical holes made from the sledge as well. I mean, how can a Maestro for a good 10 to 15 seconds straight stand directly, freely below pillar, or behind pillar rather, and not have his life taken when the entire roof above him is breachable? Doesn't make really any sense to me. I mean, I think for C9, they showed bursts of greatness throughout that round. Nova getting those panels open up early, and then of course the impact trick denied his second, but no story, no strat in any facet of any world should work out in that way, with people standing freely in both kitchen and garage like that when you've got a sledge above. Makes no sense to me. Probably why Giants are 2 rounds up now. And Cloud9 moves on to defense, choosing to also go downstairs.
Opting to not go for the Maestro. Instead, the Goyo will be brought out by Harper. Now, of course, those shields can also be used elsewhere. You might see them on the middle floor and first floor to try and help with a bathroom hold. I doubt it, though. I think they're most likely going to be placed near black and, like, oh, okay. On pipes.
That's,
dangerous.
I was going to say, that's the last place you
I
want
wouldn't
to
expect
put...
it there. This one is
Just put
expected.
Nova's shield there. Just put Nova's shield, because 9 times out of 10 you'll have someone playing behind that pipe shield, because that's the point of that new placement of that shield, is to have someone play behind it in a crouch level, and it keeps them rather safe. Why put a Goyo shield there?
If they open up both walls, right, you can hold off the angle. You just get one of those impacts in. You're either burned to death, or you're gonna be shot out if you're trying to move out. So I'm not really too sure about the idea behind it there, but it is going to be a quick opening for Giants. Panel 1 and 3 both will be opened up. Goyo shield is being spotted out as well. And Sweetblack will be rushing his drones back to the side as they realize, okay, might be more eager to attack than we thought at first. Goyo shield already being deployed. So much utility being cared for so early on by Giants. I mean, this is what separates the best from the good teams, right? Like, just the amount of utility they managed to deal with. Because right now, one Yokai also been denied with that EMP. Within a minute, so much utility already taken out.
Calls raining out as well, and I think that's to ascertain where some of the players are on the defensive side. Jordan will get a kill as a result, Charles going down, and now the entry is working in favor of Giants. They have top floor control, but they don't have first floor. MV playing over in Visa now, hoping that the flank becomes his. You have to be very careful now, as Nova also still has bathroom control, but barely. They're slowly crunching and pinching in around him. And if they want bathroom control, they'll have to go through several players. And as half the round has elapsed so far, things are stalling out just a little bit for Giants.
They are indeed. Trying to get all the information in, it looks like to me. Get these drones in position to know where one of the Yokais is located at. Also, look at that. I think there's a bullet hole being held by one of the players inside the kitchen. Sweetblack here. Playing far back. Still has his Yokais available, Jess. Is this going to be what eventually saves him the round? Because Giants managed to take out so much utility. There we go. One of the Goyo shields to be removed. Somehow Harper not taking a single point of damage. It's something quite remarkable.
He may have taken just a lick of damage there, but not as much as he should have, playing right behind a Goyo shield like that. They'll start to cook the ADSs, and for whatever reason, Sweetblack peeks, and Speakeasy will go down, and now the plant should be for free. There's no player denial left except for the smokes. Nova hasn't deployed a single one. He reckons his gun is better, but it won't win them the round, and, well, what can we say about that? Giants showing exactly why they called that.
Had the right idea here, trying to go for the kill onto the actual plant, but wasn't aware of the fact someone still was present onto the yellow stairs, able to respond to him and instantly clean him up as soon as he got that kill. And Giants right now 3 rounds ahead. Only need 2 more to secure themselves that #1 position. And even if they don't, even if they lose it here right now, if suddenly Cloud9 says till here and no further, and they pick up 5 rounds, Jess, then that doesn't even mean Cloud9 has that first place. Giants could still become first depending on their opponent. So Giants have a relatively easy match day. It doesn't really matter for them that much.
Yeah.
I mean, they're top 6 confirmed. That's all that really matters in the end because, you know, the format.
I mean, you want to get to the mini major. You want to accrue as many points as you can. That's the big thing. And I mean, as you can see there, Levanta or Levanta or however you say your name, my apologies, says, "Come on, Giants Gaming, let's get that first seed secured." I mean, you can walk away with the first seed as well, feeling more confident going against the. I mean,
we
with
get
the
to see
seeding
Gig
system.
Bald, so.
I mean that too. We also get to see Bald Giggy, which will haunt my nightmares for for next month. That just is what it is. But I think the big thing here for Cloud9 is that we've seen them be great, and I hate using this phrase consistently for teams, is flash or glimpses of greatness. I hate saying that because it shows that we're calling them inconsistent. No team wants to be known as inconsistent, and that's what Cloud9 are at the moment.
I mean, the thing is, right, we're in this league, this format for the first time in APAC history, because it used to be all the respective leagues, and then they went into like this big LAN together, and this is where we found out who was the best of the best. And right now we have this league coming up, Swiss system. You do not know who you're playing. It's hard to prepare against it, and it completely changes the way that these teams prepare. And it is normal to see a bit of inconsistency from some of these teams in that case, because they're trying to adapt to the new format, to the new league, and the new system. And Giants, they seem to be the one that has, you know, probably like the best support staff right now in APAC, able to prepare so well for all these teams. And Giants, the players, they're able to execute it so perfectly well as well.
You say that, but Fnatic, you know, they've got a strategic coach. They've got, you know, big hitters in their support staff as well. So I think there's quite a few.
Right now.
Yes. But if we're comparing support staff, of course, we want to make
like,
sure that we...
Okay, yeah, we have to give them shout-outs as well. I'm not saying that, you know, Giants hands down the best, but they are able to implement it the best right now with the resources they have.
It definitely looks like confident with it to play this game at the level that we would expect of Tier 1, of course. But Giants now, if they win the next round, they put them to match. And given how swift the building, that's a shimmer of confidence to see from Giants. But we know what they're like mid and late rounds. Sometimes stall out, wait for the picks, so wait peak. And if C9 give them that, I can see this hands of Giants.
It's Cloud9. As soon as they get a bit impatient, it's going to be Giants to get one pick out of that. Just look at that. Nova, you should be grenaded out there. He's playing such a dangerous play. So he's going to get taken out by Lunar though, but Shao able to respond onto Jordan as well. That's your sledge gone. 2 grenades no longer allowed to be used. Shao still aggressive right here in connector, using that reinforcement. Has to be careful though to not be peeked from either of these windows. Sweet Black is there, however, to make sure that he can contest onto the southern windows. Make sure that that isn't too much of an issue. But in these last 35 seconds, Giants realize we need to cut down. We need to go to the actual site. Might still have top floor control, but we really need to get that plan down. There's not that much space left. Speakeasy able to do a lot of damage right there into Shao. Harper will be trying to get a response in, but he will be shut down. The plank gone down in the meantime. It's a response from Shao to come in, but it will not be enough yet. And Sweet Black not able to stall this out with his Echo drones. Not sure if there's any yokai left. But we're in a 2-2. After plant situation, 30 seconds left, Jess. You need 7 to get that defuse gone. Ysera still in Visa. Lunar outside. Ysera needs to get into the good position right now, because if Lunar falls, this could be the round to go in for Cloud9. Jump back coming through. Sweet Black will be picked up, and there we go. Lunar gets a second as well. Giants able to win round number 8. They're putting themselves up onto 6. And they're 1 round away from being the undoubtedly best team in APAC North for the, well, regular stage of Phase 1 and 2.
I may need to refresh myself just second hack. I'll be hitting those 300 MS vibes.
Oh, all right. I'll pick over. No worries. I mean, you know, we're from home broadcast. We're all pretty flexible and stuff like that. Sometimes stuff like that happens. And if we do see the clash to come out now, Sweet Black picking up on that one. maybe that is what is necessary to try and slow down the Giants. Hit them where it hurts.
Well, I'm back for now. Hopefully sound a little bit better. Hopefully I'm not roboting. I mean, I have to warn everyone, I am almost as close to Antarctica as one could be here, other than Tasmania, and my audio takes a bit of a ping, even more, to reach the Paris studio. So sometimes we have a little bit of an issue, but not a problem.
Imagine
Speaking
having
of
29
issues,
ping.
Jealous, very jealous. But speaking of big issues here right now, Cloud9, they need to put 4 more forward to get them into overtime, and just need 1 to essentially win this all out here and crown themselves, as you said, as one of the best teams here in APAC North.
All right. Giants trying to secure themselves that first spot. And I had a bit of a chat with the social media manager before, and they said all we want is to see, you know, we want to get that first place, but not that much because of seeding, but more so because first of all, giving back to the fans, and second of all, getting Giggy Ball. I'm gonna hammer on it. Even Giants themselves said they want it, Jess. Like, that's how big of a deal it is. The org wants it. Probably the players get a bonus if they succeed, just because, you know.
I mean, it would be good content nonetheless, but shooting back to the game, of which we might only have 1 more round to go through, and just a reminder again about the whole audio thing. I can't do play-by-play. I gotta leave it all up to my man Hap, so I'm just gonna keep ripping through the analytics of the round and why we're seeing exactly what we're seeing. So Sweet Black there on the Clash, that's going to delay them from being able to take the admin push over towards Projector that they'll want. He needs to check Visa as well to make sure they're not going to aggress up from the Visa stairs. I don't think there's any barbed wire either, so it's a good point that he checked that. And now Harper, short-range shotgun with the reinforced wall onto Printer. That's going to be one of the first lines of defense here for C9.
It's definitely going to be the first one. The first important one has a, well, my disc above him as well. So just in case a grenade will be cooked by Jordan, it will be reset at least a few times, giving him some time to go out. Until you heard the exothermic go off, we'll be creating this long angle into the A-bomb side, into theater. Projector. Sweet Black, however, will be covering that one off. With that, oh, there we go, Jordan messing up the shots, going for a bit of a burst, but not able to put down just enough damage into Harper. And that could be costing him quite dearly, as Envy Taylor now picks up, and there's Harper to come in with the shotgun, getting 1 kill, team kill from the Giants to come in with that grenade. It's only a 2 and 3 right now. A very explosive mid-round. And in these last 60 seconds, Giants, can they bring it back here? They still have to deal with that shield. I'm not sure if they have any of these air jabs left to try and launch Sweet Black into oblivion. Yes, they do have 1 left, so they are thinking about the potential adaptation to deal with this player, as they now know 1 is on the spiral as well. He's going to be able to take down Yazira though, and that leaves it all up to Speakeasy in the 1-on-3 situation. 1 below, 2 upstairs. Is he going to be able to find him? He does at least have that diffuser to try and make stuff work. 40 seconds counting down, not going to be able to pick up even 1, as it's going to be Sweet Black to get the last tase in, as the town down came through with that shotgun. But at least we're going to see the CCE shield kill. Always good to see that. Emperor Palpatine.
Well, hopefully I'm still not roboting. I'm obviously attempting my best. I mean, you're going to hear me normally, of course, Hap, but fortunately for the broadcast, we might have a few robot Jesses coming out. That's okay, because we get yet another round to see whether or not my connection stables out here for me. As a result, downstairs for CE9. Same setup that we saw before, I believe. I'm not sure the Wamai was in play then, but they do still have the Echo, no Maestro. And a 6 pick from the Echo over to the Clash, and maybe because that previous round they felt far more confident having the shield there and having all the intel they needed with little to no risk. And unfortunately, Giants weren't able to deal with that said shield.
Defenders, protect your bombs from being defused by attackers.
All right, shield again coming out, Cloud9. We'll be bringing it to the bottom floor. See how this setup will evolve. I don't know, Cloud9 is going to be doing something crazy we have never seen before. With Giants is going to be able to close it out here and secure themselves, cement themselves into that top 1 position. Be the ones that will win stage 1 of the inaugural season of APAC North.
10 seconds to insertion.
Same setup from C9 that we saw before. Yet another Go-Yo shield in a very precarious position. And a bathroom hold, as we would expect from most APAC teams now.
Alright. Nothing too dangerous here, but that spawn peak, that could be changing things up massively, Jess. This could be, like, if someone walks in it and doesn't realize, like Speakeasy, for example. He picks up, and there we go. He runs in it, gets taken out. Giants losing out on their Sophia. Some might call it cast a curse, some might call me a visionary for that kind of prediction, but I think everybody would see that.
Ooh, Envy Taylor able to pick up Jordan as well. Great pick onto the sledge. That means their verticality is destroyed tenfold. Why? Because Hysterics on the Thatcher doesn't have breaching charges. He's only got a Claymore. So if they want to open up any of Piano, it has been severely taken away from them now. Drones will spot out the Jaeger of Charles, but they're down in man count to be able to clear these roamers. It's all happened within 1 minute.
Indeed, within 1 minute. Giants losing out on 2 of their members. Still, we have these people up above. Hysterics will be able to take down Sweet Black, though. That's the Clash Shield removed without really having any big impact so far. That's a big one to take for the likes of Cloud9, especially when they have that 2 entry frag going for them. Or basically denying the roam clear for them. And the verticality. They now lose their shield. And the amount of time that they had is gone as well. Hysterics picks up a double. Just pre-fires Harper through the barricade. His intention was to open it. He got a kill instead. He cannot be too mad about that one. Whilst Harper be thinking, what happened there? That was being pushed from that side. And suddenly he's back in the 3-on-3. The diffuser is in hands of Giants. They need to deal, though, with that shield, with that Goyo shield next to the white fan. They do not have any utility to do that. So they need to be careful. They need to be quick. And Shao will get a response in as well.
We've seen C9 throw man counts before, so they need to be vigilant here. Shah will get another one. He's having a booming round, and Cloud9 with a little bit of a comeback now against Giants. Looking like that confidence is reigning supreme against the team that, well, probably should be walking away with a pretty convincing win, but the second half of this first stage has shown that Cloud9 is not a team to be reckoned with. We've seen some really good stats coming out of players that have otherwise sort of not been performing quite as well. Charles and Envy Taylor being the 2 big hitters in their previous matchup, and they're also being big hitters here today in this matchup.
All right. The big hitters are showing up. Charles definitely showing 10 kills. Sweet Black might have been a bit critical on him, but look at that, 9 kills. He's definitely showing up here for Cloud9. And Giants, they still have the big advantage. They still have the 2 rounds. But they need to start closing it out now, because if they don't succeed in doing so now, and lobby press, arguably the weakest site for Cloud9 in this case, they could be finding themselves going up into overtime. And Cloud9 could yet again be proving troublesome for Giants. Last time they won it, but it could just as well be that they take it away underneath them.
This is such an exciting game from the point of the last sort of 50 to 40 seconds, because we've looked at teams like Cloud9 and we could say to ourselves, yeah, it looks like they should win this round, and then all of a sudden Giants just come swinging back, even when they're in a man deficit. So I love that, and it's an unfortunate for me that I'm a whole second delayed. I can't get that play-by-play that you can, and of course I'm doing my best, but my audio will be delayed until I finally get to Paris. So I'm excited to just be breaking these games down here with you. It's been an awesome season so far worth of games, being our last APAC North day. Last opportunity for these teams to show us exactly what they're made of before the mini major that's coming up soon.
So emotional, Jess. Breaking it down as the last
Just
day.
love Siege. Yeah.
And your analytical view is your expertise as an ex-coach, of course, helps in that as well. My Benelux brain cannot take everything apart. It's Jordan. Swift entry. Opening up the hatch. Also some of these floorings, of course, to take care of that default cam. Now, often I see people shoot right after, but don't you break the cam already when you sledge it? This is already that cracking in.
Good question. You should. The sledgehammer should break it, but there is a metal bar there that might detract from the ability for it to do that. Doesn't really matter, however, because top floor control is firmly in the hands of Giants, or at least from admin side, it's in their hand. And now they'll be looking to push towards both connector and projector. Jordan has the angle over onto the door, and as long as Nova doesn't peek out, he should be predominantly safe with Charles by his side. But Giants don't have anyone just yet on balcony, and once they do, I don't think Nova will survive for too much longer.
Harper quickly just... Well, not quickly, slowly. Establishing himself in that garage, in the basement, kitchen, cafeteria. Walking around with that warden. Nat Flanders, as many call him. He's going to be able to watch through the smokes or flashbangs may they rain in. Now, I don't really have seen any big... Oh my god, Nova! Good nighting the Luna right there. Literally putting him up into the night mode as Jordan is going to be able to try and hopefully respond. Hysterics picks up the kill into Envy Taylor, though, and we're getting quite an aggressive last minute. It starts off quite explosively, but often it's just a calm before the storm right now. You slow down right after those first couple of picks. You wait, you try to get yourself into the right position, you try to get the right information. And as soon as that happens, the explosion comes in. The explosion of all the action is being launched off by this one phone call. We'll be giving away the information to the player right behind the desk. They're trying to go for the upside down rappel, but not be able to find him yet. Hysterics in the meantime sneaking around West Corridor, hoping to go into piano. But here's one coming up from the yellow stairs. It's going to be Shal, however, to shut him down. And it's Giants now, 1 man down, 35 seconds on the clock. They need to hurry up. There's not much time left. Jordan is not going to be able to find a kill because Yasera just did. And look at it, Harper right here in the spiral stairs below, waiting. No speakeasies coming through. He picks up 1 kill. Goes to that reload. All he has to do is just wait. Harper, you're in the perfect position. Just hold and let Sweet Black do the rest. If you can take down the cover, you might be able to respond. Beautiful shot to come in. And right now, they know that the plant could potentially be going down. 8 seconds left. They're not going to be risking it. They need to go for the kills here. It's all up to Jordan, and he will fall. It's Sweet Black with the last 2. It's Cloud9 to fall back or come back. Put it up to 6-5, and Giants are way too slow on this attack.
It's interesting that they decided to just shift W it into antechamber and bathroom. I think they wanted to go for kills then, but given where the player at bottom spiral, double doors, had died, you can be pretty positive that the player, at least one of the players, weren't going to be in bathroom. So he maybe, you know, baiting the plant, trying to get a cover on the double doors would have been the way to go about it. It's hard to say. In those stressful moments, teams make certain decisions based off the time limit, and they left it far, far too late for them to be able to deal with those players. And now we will see a comeback from Cloud9. All of the Cloud9 fans out there absolutely cheering on as guys like Charles just ravage Giants left, right, and center with his Jaeger plays.
They definitely did. And I was thinking about it, like Giants, you should be able to pick up this one, but as soon as they got that kill, as soon as Harper got that kill, as soon as he got concussed, Giants, all they could really do was go for kills in that moment in time, right, Jess? Because, like, you can go for plants, but if there's still 2 players against you, you're fighting a 1 and 2, 5 to 2 seconds left. And, like, if one peeks in and just gets that kill, you're automatically done for. So they might want to live off some momentum to try and go for aggressive pushes, but they got shut down by that Alda. Shielding admin is something I haven't seen that many times before. Cloud9 pulling that one out now, also reinforcing that hatch. It's definitely going to be played by one of these Cloud9 players, and that is giving away the fact that they desperately want to hold on to administration office.
I mean, given the predictability of Giants now, they know that they like to sweep through and do a projector take from admin almost every single time. If Giants were smart, they'd just rotate their push for a yellow stairs take instead this time, given how much utility is being placed towards admin. And it looks like they're going to do exactly that. They've read into the situation. Yellow stairs take instead. Shell will ADS trick as well, which means that he'll have ADSs in his pocket, which he can place down at the last moment to stop everyone from grenading him. But swift movements, almost like a footloose in our face, means he'll get down to the bottom of yellow, droned out, but somehow gets away with his life.
Someone should have been on the skylight there to actually pick up Charles as he rotated down, and now you see Envy Taylor taking his position. Gonna go for a bit of a weird flick there with his magnet. Not sure if that was intended to happen, but it went down now anyway. He's gonna be able to catch yet one more projectile. If I'm quickly looking, no more grenades left, only 3 flashbangs on the likes of Lunar, and we still have the 4 lifelines, 2 concussions, 2 impacts to work with. Also the air jab. Ysera keeping one in hand almost consistently. I'm not totally sure as of why, but it could be. Let's put it down in a later situation, or if they're facing a clash, and now Sweet Black will be able to pick up Ysera. Jordan, low on HP, probably went for that gunfight with the Mozzie. Not able to win it out yet. Giants are finding themselves in a rough position here. 90 seconds, they do have no control, Jess. No control at all. Especially when, well, they do have now as Hysterics takes down Harper.
Well, that was one of the C4 players below, but it's not going to impact C9 too much. There's another C4 player playing on the bottom of Spiral. And even though this rotate from admin over to a yellow stairs take was called, which was absolutely the right one, their execution of it was wrong. Unfortunately, they weren't able to have the correct rotate cuts. Like you said before, we needed someone on the bottom of yellow stairs door. We needed someone on Skylight to watch the rotate out. And, ooh, how hard Nova got away with his life there is perplexing to me. But he's allowed to roam around Projector all on his lonesome just because no windows are open.
They put up a shield there onto the yellow stairs as well, Jess. They're going to be pretty safe from that yellow stairs push. They adapted to it. But Hysterics able to pick up another kill there. Sweet Black Hysterics absolutely carrying fours as Jordan right now putting up some damage into Envy Taylor as well. We're finding ourselves in a 3-on-4 situation. The repelling will be coming through, but there's going to be smoke grenades everywhere. Lunar goes down. The diffuser dropped in the middle of Sound, and Cloud9 will be able to turn around the favor and their momentum. It's all up to Hysterics now. A 1-on-3 situation, but he will fall. A shelter come in for Projector. We'll get that last kill. And Cloud9, they draw things back up. And we're going to overtime right here to potentially decide who will be the #1 of APAC North Division. Stage 1, Phase 1 and 2 combined.
What a comeback from Cloud9. It looked like Giants had them absolutely on a leash. But Cloud9, they have been very convincing on their defense for me now. I think most definitely we've seen Charles step up. Look at that, Charles, Sweet Black, 12 kills apiece. Every time we've seen Charles get a kill, it's been a really impactful one. Somewhere on the map that's really disjointed the attack of Giants. And Sweet Black, for the most part, has been able to take his picks on the back of callouts from others. You can tell that these have been ones that have been fueled by intel, fueled by communication. So now that we move into overtime, they get to start on defense. This is very favorable for Cloud9 now.
It's indeed very favorable. 8 of the rounds have been won on defense, only 4 onto the attack. That's a split heavily favored for Cloud9. As Giants, they seem to be struggling in these last couple of rounds. Hysterics, he's playing out of his mind. Speakeasy is joining him as the usual #2. Rest of the team, they really need to step it up. Lunar and Jordan, they need to get it together. Not that they're slacking, don't get me wrong, but if they want to win this one, they need to step it up a notch as well. Because it cannot only be up to Speakeasy and Hysterics to try and get these kills.
Unfortunately, given the attacking success of Giants, I don't think it comes down to kills per se. I mean, they're very capable with that. I think what it's coming down to, and oh goodness me, Speakeasy barely walking away with his life. He's been a huge hitter for Giants. So him going down early would be super distracting, or super distressing rather, for Giants. But the point I want to make there about Giants is, I don't think it's their fragging capability. I think it's their time management and their focus on the execution. If they focus more on just hitting site and getting the plant down and then taking kills as they try and run and deny it, I think they'll have a better chance. But instead, they're trying to hunt out these players, and they're taking too long to do it, which is forcing them into the 6th enemy, which is time.
They need to completely deny these roamers and just go for the execute they want to have. Of course, you need to deal with them at some point, as Envy Taylor will be able to pick up Speakeasy. Is where the fact that people are repelled up on the eastern side there, 2 to be exact. Phone calls to come in, flashbangs raining through as well. Envy Taylor, you're getting a lot of pressure right here, but he manages to halt for now. Grenade, however, will deal with his life, surely indeed. Jordan able to pick up that kill. That indeed came through. They had the angles that were waiting for him. And right now, Sweet Black will be droned out. He needs to move, otherwise he will be the next one to fall by these grenades to be tossed in by Jordan. He doesn't have any left, actually. It means they will have to go for the gun skill, pure gun skill, to try and take him out. And eventually, Ysera will do so. We'll be able to get him from the southern window in admin. That is going to be leaving the favor up in Giants' their hands. But they need to close it out from here, Jess.
Yeah, when you've got that kind of man advantage early on in the round, and when I say early, more than half the round has elapsed. I mean, they've taken a long time to get admin control, but they've been able to take 2 really important picks at the same time. So now it'll leave it up to the support players and Charles, of course, who might be able to get a nasty flank over on Visa, but it looks like he's more interested on possibly holding the bathroom angle and stopping anyone from pushing up through yellow stairs, which is a very important job considering there would be no cameras there to be able to feed that kind of intel to him. All of the cameras upstairs are gone as well. Now things have stalled out just a little bit as Giants devise a plan as to where exactly this execute will go for them. And they've still got smokes. Oh, they don't have smokes in hand, actually, so it's going to have to be a rotate cut plan.
Definitely will have to be, but it's the usual turn it around, right? You have this big explosion, then we calm down. Then it all ends up in a hot fire, in a hot mess. As Luna right now will be the first one to be in the line of fire. As he is he's thinking about going up on the long desk. Phone call will come out as Jordan to pick up the kill to Nova. Definitely assisting here on Giants, but it's going to be the kill onto the repel. Harper to get a kill to Jordan as well. The second one will not land though. Lunar able to survive that one, so to Shal in a 1-on-2 situation, and the plant will go down. Is there going to be any information he can use to try and deny Lunar? Well, that's at least a barricade. That's not going to be helping him out too much, as that is going to be giving away his position as well. They know exactly where he will be coming from right now. Is he going to be able to find one, maybe two, and get this in? But you see that both these guns of the defenders, of the attackers, I must say, aimed at that door, and Hysteric's able to finish it off. Shao will fall. Giants yet again onto match point, but are they going to be able to close it out this time, or is it Cloud9 to take it all home?
What a pity it wasn't a C4 player to be the one that had dropped below as Charles, and no opportunity to be able to deny it vertically. It means now that Giants win one of their attacking rounds, and a far more convincing one than their previous iterations of it. And as overtime exists, it means C9 will swap over to defense, or rather to attack now from defense, and Giants will get their hand at defense. Downstairs is their first bomb site. We've seen them enjoy lobby as well, but it looks like they're favoring garage and cafeteria for the most part. 17 frags for Hysterics. I think last match he was just having an off day.
Is being cyberbullied out of the server by all the shotguns of Xavier. But that's Xavier style, right? They play so disruptive.
Defenders, protect your bombs,
especially against these top teams, and Giants wasn't able to deal with it. Could completely shut down, and his, like, Xavier, they managed to fight themselves into the top 6 now, so.
Yeah.
Well played by them.
Very well deserved, though. Absolutely. I mean, all of them walking away with, like, over a 1.15 rating each last Playday, and Hysterics walked away with a 0.29. Unheard of for a player of his caliber.
Definitely, but everybody has their days. They just cannot really perform that well. And out of the 10 play days we've seen, only one he did not show up. And that's acceptable. That's within margin.
That's well within margin. Well, looking at this particular setup and hatches being opened up left, right, and center. Thank you to our beautiful observer for zooming in on that. I love that effect. That's great. Looks like we might have a little bit of a top floor roam, probably coming out from Hysterics, possibly being assisted by some other players and some other intel operators around him. But I think for the most part, they'll be focusing on garage side, given that's what's going to be opened up first.
Jammed.
And Thatcher's not banned.
Thatcher is indeed not banned, but if you go all the way to the right side, you will be able to get it, because it's just one in the middle, Jess. That means you can get the complete outerwards. Look at that. The Ying is ready. Sweet Black. He's holding that Candela. The flashbangs being tossed through to make sure that none of the ADSs will be catching these off guard. 1, 2, and 3 all coming in, but he's taken down right after. Nova able to get at least one response in. It's going to be running all the way through, but the connector rotation will not be checked. And it seems like Giants will be able to get the upper hand out of this one. Harper is the only one still on side, but he does not have that diffuser in hand. He needs to go for these long angles. Are these yokai still in a position where they can be useful? It definitely looks like it. Is Envy now to get the kill to Speakeasy. Hysteric's going all the way around, realizing that a flank must happen if they want to be able to be successful here. And that call came through just in time. One moving up onto the yellow stairs. You have to be aware, as it's a 2-on-3 situation. More explosive than we've seen before. And Hysterics is on the hunt. He's trying to find Envy Taylor. He's using these verticals against them now. Hysterics also has to be careful because there's a second player around on the yellow stairs right here. As Shao goes on his drone, Hysterics falls back. He thinks he's being droned out.
They still have all the pieces of intel and plan denial that they might need to stop this going down. You can hear Echo's rifle going off as we speak. And they're aware that someone might be playing around yellow, but he thinks it's piano rather than yellow stairs. Hysterics is on yellow. They need to be aware of this. You can see them crouch walking through. They think it's vending machine. This is the wrong way.
What are
And
you
Hysterics
doing?
gets a free kill onto Envy Taylor 2v2. 45 seconds
my
left,
God,
and it's a
Luna!
gunner of Luna. He doesn't need his yokai drones. He just needs his gun, and that's 2 consecutive headshots. And another win in the hands of Giants, firmly solidifying themselves as one of
Why?
the best teams in APAC North.
Cloud9, why do you watch that vending machine? You got one of your teammates watching that. If you know someone's around there, check yellow stairs, not zigzag. Zigzag was clear. You got a drone in there. You knew exactly what was going on. A big misplay coming down there from Cloud9, but Giants playing out of their minds. With out of their minds, I mean Hysterics just again showing up. 18 on 8. Also 2 of his other team members right there will be able to get that 10 bomb in. But Giants, they secured themselves that first place. And that's all that mattered right in this match. But let's toss it over to the analysts and see how hyped they thought this was.
It's pretty hype, Pap. Yes, indeed. As you say,